what has Kriya Yoga meant to me? It really changed my life when I learned the teachings. I came here with a background in yoga and meditation, but primarily just learning from books, not from a living teacher. And there really is something to be said about hearing the spoken word. And the more I heard the teachings in a very general, down-to-earth way, how to live your life, the more I was able to see through my own meditation and introspection over a long period of time what was really wrong with my life and how I could change it for the better. And it really worked. You know, it takes some hard work and some thinking, but the result is a lot more happiness, a lot more joy, and a sense of liberation.
I think to be on the path means that you're interested in being sane, in attuning to beauty, in attuning to goodness, however you manifest those particular concepts. Yoga and the mystical paths of all the world religions are concerned with the spirit of the law, not with the letter of the law. This is not an excuse to be sloppy. It's certainly not an excuse to be hedonistic, but it means that sometimes we get uptight and fanatical about all the wrong things. And the idea is that there are basics like self-discipline, like wisdom, like unselfish love, like balance, like bliss, and that these are absolutes. And that as we're bringing these things into our lives, we know that we're in good shape, that we're moving in a direction that will bring the best of life into our lives for ourselves and certainly also for those that we love.
How have the teachings affected my relationship with my husband? I'd have to say it really has improved it 125,000%. Because we had a very good relationship, and we were married maybe 11, 12 years when I first came to the temple. And he introduced me to yoga and the teachings and meditation years before that, but again, we had never heard it spoken and related to in this way. And it made me see that I was too egotistical in the marriage, too me-centered, and also how I could change that. It made me understand that compassion is a real thing you can do in the world and use, and it's especially important in a marriage. And so what I did, after thinking and listening and hearing these teachings, I said, I'm an astrologer and I was helping people and I had a very lucrative business, but I realized I was helping the world and I wasn't helping him in the way he wanted me to help him. In other words, my business was doing very well and his business was not doing so well. And I'd think, oh my goodness, if I had the opportunity he had, but he just turned down, I would take that so far. And so finally I realized, I'm telling all these women, I had a lot of women clients, to serve their husband, take care of their marriage, and I realized one day I wasn't doing this. And so I finally heard what I was saying to everyone else. And so I decided I better put this into practice. And so once I did that and didn't expect a lot from him, but just said, I love you, and if you want me to do this and this and that, I'll do it. Well, wouldn't you know, he changed. And then he started coming to the temple, and then, of course, also became a disciple. And it wasn't what I expected. I did not expect this. And, of course, as Kriya Nanda said to me once, if you would have expected it, it never would have happened. And so there was a lesson in expectation also there. And then he changed and started being real nice to me. And so we're just this blissful couple.
Attitudinally, I think the most important point is, one time a teacher was asked, what is the real value of yoga? What does it really have to offer? And the teacher responded, yoga can teach you how to be sane in an insane world. And I think if we keep that in mind as an attitudinal focus, that has a very centering overtone to it that I think is very spiritually helpful and certainly very helpful in terms of handling this happy earth life, which is challenging and demanding and sometimes can be sort of difficult. So how to get your head on straight is the most important thing. How not to take yourself quite so seriously. How to get back up and dust yourself off after you fall down, because it happens to all of us. I like it for a number of reasons, or I find it meaningful for a number of reasons. One is the idea that there is a movement towards direct experience over and above any type of belief system or any type of logical analysis. It's not anti-logical. It says you use your logic, you use your reason. These things are your best friends. there is a movement beyond that to climb what we would, I guess, what all the world religions would call the sacred mountain. Now, to mystics of these various religions, this sacred mountain, it is well known, is within us. And the climb is to what is sometimes called the Krishna center, or the Christ center, or the Buddha center, or the Joshua center, the Ajna chakra, the sun center within, to make direct communion with God or with life. In yoga, they're not so concerned with the name or the form that you give to God. They're concerned that you are working, happily working, to make that communion face to face and lip to lip, as they say in the good book. And having done this, that you then manifest the qualities of the divinity in your personality, in your daily life. Greater warmth, greater wisdom, greater understanding, greater humor, because in yoga they say God is laughing.